When you stand next to the KTM Duke 1290 2022, you don't just see a motorcycle, you feel a presence. It's the kind of bike that looks like it already wants to attack the road before you even start it. The sharp angles, the bright, aggressive color accents, the exposed frame, the muscular tank, all of it screams dominance. This is not a bike designed to blend in. This is a bike designed to be stared at, feared, and respected. And today, I finally get the chance to ride it, not just around a parking lot, not just taking photos, but pushing it on real streets, testing the character, the behavior, the sound, the soul of this 1,301 cubic centimeters V-twin beast. Before even turning the key, I already know this is not going to be a calm ride. Every rider who talks about the Duke 1290 mentions the same things. Brutal torque, violent power delivery, unpredictable adrenaline, and a V-twin roar that shakes the air. But hearing about it and experiencing it are two completely different worlds. So today, I want to find out, does this bike live up to the legend? Or is it just another loud machine hiding behind an intimidating face? I swing my leg over the seat. The moment my weight settles in, I notice the riding position. Slightly leaned forward, not too aggressive like a sport bike, but dominant enough to remind you that you're in control of something powerful. The handlebars are wide, giving you leverage like a fighter pilot preparing for takeoff. The display in front of me looks futuristic, fully digital, packed with information. RPM, modes, traction control, everything neatly organized. I press the start button, and that's when the world changes. The engine fires up with a low rumble at first, then immediately evolves into a deep, angry growl. The V-twin wakes up like a sleeping creature disturbed from its rest. You can feel the vibration travel through the frame, into the seat, into the bars, into your chest. It doesn't just make sound, it produces an atmosphere. People walking nearby stop and look. A few smile, a few widen their eyes, and some simply whisper, "What is that?" The idle isn't just noise. It's an announcement that I pull in the clutch, click it down into first gear, and roll away slowly. Even at low speed, the bike feels alive, impatient, like it wants to leap forward, begging for throttle. The power delivery isn't shy. Even at 10 to 15 kilometers per hour, the torque pushes from below like a hand shoving you forward. No screaming, no high-pitched whining. Just pure mechanical force turning fuel into controlled aggression. I take it onto a small road first. Slight traffic, a few cars, some scooters, the usual chaos. Surprisingly, despite the monster beneath me, it handles slow riding better than expected. The throttle is smooth if you're gentle, the clutch easy to modulate, the suspension comfortable enough for casual movement. It almost tricks you into forgetting what it's capable of. Almost. Then the road opens. No more obstacles. No more excuses. I roll the throttle gently, just testing. The acceleration hits like a sudden heartbeat spike. Immediate torque. No delay. No hesitation. The exhaust barks louder, deeper, angrier. The bike pulls forward as if the definition of motorcycling was rewritten just for this moment. I hit 60 kilometers per hour without effort. 80, 100, and it still feels like I haven't unlocked even 30% of what this machine can really do. The sound at speed is addictive, each rotation of the engine firing in staggered intervals, that signature uneven V-twin pulse hammer in the air. It doesn't scream like a four-cylinder engine. Punches, it growls, commands respect, not because it wants to be loud, but because its natural voice is already monumental. I lean into my first real corner. The bike tips in willingly, surprisingly light for something with this much power. The chassis feels solid, composed, engineered for precision. Mid-corner, I give it a small amount of throttle and instantly feel the rear tire grip and launch forward. No drama, no wobble, just controlled acceleration. The electronics are working in the background, traction control doing its job, taming chaos into usable speed. This is where KTM engineering shines. It's wild, but not careless. It's aggressive, but not reckless. It makes you feel fearless without making you unsafe. The road ahead straightens again, and now I feel the temptation. The urge every rider will recognize. The thought that says, just once, open it up. I check my surroundings, make sure it's clear, drop my body slightly, and twist the throttle harder. Not full, not half, somewhere in that dangerous middle ground where curiosity meets insanity. And the bike responds like it was waiting for me to try. The front gets light, not fully lifted, but close enough to remind me it could if it wanted to. My vision tunnels slightly as the landscape compresses. The air pushes harder against my helmet. The roar from the exhaust is no longer just sound, it's pressure. The V-twin pulses slam into my back, each combustion cycle translating into raw forward motion.
120 km/h, 140.
160. The bike feels like it still has 3 more souls hidden somewhere inside it waiting to be unleashed. But for today, that's enough. Respect is important on bikes like this. Confidence is good. Ego is dangerous. I roll off the throttle, smile forming under my helmet. Not a small smile. The kind of smile that happens when you just met a machine with more personality than most humans. You don't just ride a Duke 1290, you make a pact with it. You agree to be bold but not stupid, brave but not reckless, in control but never underestimating it. That I slow down and bring it into a quieter street again. Kids point at the bike. A guy jogging stops to watch. Someone pulls out a phone to record. This bike is social currency, pure attention magnet. But unlike bikes that only look fast, this one has the soul to back it up. It doesn't pretend. It delivers. A few minutes later, I park up for a moment, engine still idling, just listening. The exhaust pulses echo slightly against nearby walls, creating this symphony that's half mechanical, half emotional. Some bikes sound engineered. This one sounds alive. It sounds like a challenge, like a war cry, like adrenaline turned into audio format. I think about who this bike is really for. It's not for beginners. It's not for riders who just want comfort. It's not for anyone who wants calm, quiet, or subtle. This is for the ones who love intensity. The ones who don't ask if a bike is powerful, but ask if it has personality. The ones who believe riding should feel like a story worth telling. The ones who know that fear and excitement sometimes wear the same mask. The Duke 1290 2022 isn't just transportation. It's a conversation starter, a heartbeat accelerator, a metal catalyst for dopamine. Some people drink coffee for energy. Others ride motorcycles like this. As I head back, I cruise a little slower. Not because the bike demands it, but because I want to absorb more. The way the suspension glides over imperfect pavement. The way